Canelo Crawford.
It's tricky. I want Crawford to win, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. You know, I would like for that to happen, but this guy's a hard puncher. He's a smart fighter. He can move. I'm just curious. I just want to see it. I want to be there to see it.
He feels like this is a ridiculous fight. He states that Terence Crawford moving up 2 weight classes.
Fight, I just didn't like the fact that Terence Crawford had to go up 2 weight classes. I just didn't really like that. I mean,
he juggled a soccer ball to keep his footwork lively and his vision sharp, blending technical drills with flashes that proved he remained a world-class athlete at 168 pounds. Both camps dropped their teasers, and the storyline wrote itself: precision versus power. Sharpshooter against seasoned champion. Still, behind the hype, their daily grind looked strikingly alike. Size and legacy framed the clash. Canelo carried weight, championship pedigree, and the aura of a man who had endured every test, while Crawford brought an unblemished record, supreme ring IQ, and the daring to pursue a victory that could define his legacy. When the lights came on, the wins and promos would fade. What mattered were the split-second choices, the lungs built for battle, and the will to give and take. That is where a fight is truly decided.
I don't think it's a good idea. You know, I don't think, what would he have? I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. People have done things crazy like that before. It's just that he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do it.
You posted the other day, there's a picture of you in a Rolls Royce, and you said, the quote is, "I can't remember how many of these I gave away."
Canelo Crawford.
It's tricky. I want Crawford to win, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. You know, I would like for that to happen, but this guy's a hard puncher. He's a smart fighter. He can move. I'm just curious. I just want to see it. I want to be there to see it. Because listen, there's been upsets like that before. You know, Henry Armstrong, 124 pounds, he beat the 146-pound champ. So, you know, you never know. Anything can happen when 2 men are in a ring or in a basketball court. Anything can happen.
He tapped a soccer ball around to keep his feet nimble and his vision sharp, mixing technical drills with flashes that proved he was still every bit an elite athlete at 168 pounds. Both camps released teasers, and the storyline almost told itself. The compact ring set up a duel between the feature's sharpshooter and the seasoned champion's frame. Yet behind all the build-up, the daily grind looked strikingly alike. Size and history shaped the stakes. Canelo carried weight, championship pedigree, and the aura of a man who had survived every test, while Crawford entered with an unbeaten record, high ring IQ, and the nerve to chase a dangerous victory that could define his legacy. On fight night, the clips and weigh-in chatter would no longer matter. What counted were the split-second choices, the lungs built for battle, and the courage to give as much as you take. That is where a fight is truly one.
Think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo.
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight, you know. And he had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He should have fought a guy that was just come straight at him. The guy was too awkward.
He's herky-jerky.
Dora, one of them.
Yeah.
See, it's a missing art.
9 wins by way of knockout. And Mike Tyson, he feels like this is a ridiculous fight. He states that Terence Crawford moving up 2 weight classes is a ridiculous fight, and that he's just simply too small, and he's gonna lose, and lose bad. He feels like he didn't want to say it, but he hinted around he's gonna get knocked out, right? He thinks that, you know, Terence Crawford has skills, he's talented, but he just feels like there's weight class for a reason. Like many people in the sport of boxing, they feel like it's weight classes for a reason. And so, you know, he's not the first person to feel this way. But my thoughts is this. Should Terence Crawford be victorious, as I expect him to, the hype train for Terence Crawford's legacy only gets bigger. Because there's so many people that are doubting Terence Crawford's ability to beat Canelo Alvarez because of the size, right? They feel like this is David and Goliath. And that story, that mythical story, is so big and so legendary is because of the size difference. You had the small little guy, you slaying the giant, right? It's just not supposed to happen. And so this just bolsters the myth of Terence Crawford.
Dawood Bey highlighted the contrasting training methods of Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Canelo leans on rugged sparring partners to replicate the style and strength of his opponents, while Crawford emphasizes adaptability and constant technical refinement. Bey questioned whether Crawford's approach would be enough when moving up to full weight divisions to face a naturally bigger champion. Still, he underscored that Crawford has already secured his place among boxing's greats and doesn't need to jeopardize his leg.
Well, Canelo got a world champion right now in his camp with him with Boots. Well, Boots vacated.
Shakur, though.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much Shakur adds to this. He's a southpaw, and he's a smaller guy. I think that's just sharp brain. That's like if Boots was boxing Salim. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm boxing him. My young boy nice, but he don't pertain to the fight necessarily. But everybody don't train like that anyway. Everybody don't look for to have all of these sparring partners be like identical or in the same realm of the person they fighting. Some people, they spar like for sharp minds, so they'll just try to have the best people they can have. So you never know what Bomac and them strategy is right there.
As far as stylistically, who do you feel like has the advantage heading into that? Well, I'm just looking at the sparring partners.
From the sparring partners?
Yeah.
I think Boots not the same as Terence Crawford, right? But I think he has athleticism and he's a switcher and he'll kind of go off for the playbook to do his thing. I think mind state wise, I think Boots is a big help. The guys that Crawford got in there, because
Mr. Martinez cracking.
No, he punching. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I feel like, bro, I don't know who got the best of that.
You ever seen Darrell Valsaint?
I have. You know, I'm a Haitian boy, so you know what I'm saying? But it's just hard. It's hard to, man, I just think the sparring for this fight is elite on both sides. I think that they both taking each other seriously. You could tell that by the sparring partners that they brought in. And I'm just kind of anxious to see the fight. Like, going into the fight, I just didn't like the fact that Terence Crawford had to go up 2 weight classes. I just didn't really like that. I mean, being honest, as a black boxing fan, when I take my coaching hat off, like, no, I don't want to see our best fighter have to go up 2 weight classes. I don't like that. But you think about it and you like, well, look, first of all, I don't want to deny that man. I wouldn't want to say nothing or even have it in my heart to deny that man that kind of financial like blessing that he gonna get from fighting Canelo. Not only that, he chasing greatness.
Respected boxing analyst Dawood Bey pointed out the stark contrast in training styles between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Canelo depends on tough sparring partners to mirror his opponents, while Crawford prioritizes adaptability and fine-tuning technique. Bey questioned whether that approach would be enough for Crawford as he jumps to weight divisions to face a naturally bigger champion. Still, he emphasized that Crawford's greatness is already secure. He has nothing left to prove, and risking his legacy may be unnecessary.
The levels that he's gone through, the weights that he's gone through, and the opponents that he has been in with, he's come up short against a couple, but he's come through some big challenges as well through his, 65, 66 professional bouts since he was 15 years of age. There's no doubt that this is the biggest test of Terence Crawford's career, not only because of the weight step up, but also because of the level of the opponent. But anybody that's watched Terence Crawford's career knows full well how much talent this young man has. I mean, he is absolutely sensational, both as an orthodox and as a southpaw fighter. You can't really tell which is his favoured side. He's that good. The angles that he creates and the way that he not only dissects people, but the way that he puts his foot down when he gets somebody hurt is
he's spiteful.
He's truly, truly impressive.
But what he also does, and this is where I think people are making the mistake with the fight with Israel Madrimov last summer in Los Angeles, was that Terence doesn't mind doing enough to win. He doesn't, if he knows he's got to win on points, he's happy to tuck everything neatly in the office and win round by round. It reminds me of Floyd Mayweather. It reminds me of Pernell Whitaker. It reminds me of guys that win with ease without overstretching themselves, that don't have to get in a battle. But when he's got someone hurt, as you rightly say, he's spiteful. I'm not sure he'll get Canelo hurt in this fight. But if his timing and his movement are on, the slightly slowed Canelo, who likes to load up these days, could find himself frustrated by Terence Crawford.
Yeah, and there's also the aspect of when he is behind. I mean, we've all seen that famous clip where he's fighting Sean Porter. Somebody sells him ringside. They've got him down on the cards. He goes through the gears and stops Sean Porter in the very next round. There's also that element to him. He's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant, but he's also fighting someone that's equally as brilliant. A very different type of style, Canelo.
And a fan favourite.